Have you ever realized that the deepest wound isn't being rejected outright, but being accepted only after someone else was chosen first? Being the backup, the option, the person people turn to when their real choice didn't work out. And somehow, that experience keeps replaying in your adult life. Psychology shows that when you grow up never being the favorite, never the priority, never the first call, it doesn't just hurt in the moment. It quietly reshapes how your mind learns to survive, because the brain adapts to patterns long before the heart understands them. One of the first changes is hyper-awareness of social signals. Repeated experiences of being overlooked train your nervous system to scan for subtle cues. Tone shifts, delayed replies, changes in energy. Not because you re-insecure, but because your brain learns something important. Being ignored rarely comes with an announcement. It comes softly. So you learn to sense distance before anyone admits it. Over time, this turns into a kind of social radar that never switches off. You notice pauses others miss. You read between lines others don't even see. At the same time, a strong independence begins to form. When emotional support is inconsistent, the mind adapts by becoming self-reliant. You learn not to expect rescue, not to rely on reassurance, not to trust steady validation. So you handle pain alone, process disappointment privately, celebrate your wins quietly. Not because you don't value connection, but because experience taught you that help might show up late or leave early, and trusting it fully feels risky. Then there's overgiving in relationships. Attachment psychology explains this clearly. When someone grows up feeling replaceable, they often try to become irreplaceable, giving more time, more understanding, more emotional labor than they receive, hoping that if they offer enough, they won't be overlooked again. Not because they're weak, but because love once felt conditional, like something that had to be earned, not freely given. Beneath all of this sits a quiet fear of being temporary, a belief shaped by emotional neglect that says, I can be replaced at any time. So you downplay your needs, avoid conflict, accept less than you deserve just to stay included. Because it's not loneliness you fear most. It's being quietly swapped out without warning, and yet something else develops that few people notice. Emotional strength. Research on resilience shows that people who experience chronic social exclusion often build a high tolerance for disappointment. They learn how to stay calm when plans fall apart, how to keep going when people leave, how to hold themselves together without making noise about it. Their strength becomes silent, not dramatic. This is also why loyalty matters more to you than affection. When affection feels unstable, the brain learns to prioritize consistency over intensity. You don't chase excitement or grand gestures. You look for safety, honesty, effort, for people who choose you again and again, not just once when it's convenient. If this feels uncomfortably accurate, you're not imagining it, and you're not broken. Your mind adapted to a pattern it didn't choose. And once you see that pattern clearly, something shifts. Understanding how your brain learned to survive the moment you stop blaming yourself for wounds that were never about your worth in the first place.